The easiest way to become a great storyteller is to tell stories that are easy to understand. But the best way to become a great storyteller is to tell stories that only you can tell. You see, there are two ways of looking at this storytelling thing. The first way is looking at it as an activity where you take an idea or a story and make it understandable to others. And there's nothing wrong with that approach. You can actually do that for quite a while and be somewhat successful. You can go to YouTube, for example, and find lots of people who have done exactly that. Took an idea and made it understandable to others. But if you want to become a great storyteller, you need to look at this thing from a different angle. You need to stop thinking of yourself as someone who takes an idea and makes it understandable to others, and start thinking of yourself as someone who has ideas that need to be understood by others. See the difference? In one case, you're just explaining something that somebody else has already done or experienced. In the other, you're bringing something into existence through the act of storytelling. And that second approach is what separates the great storytellers from the good ones. That's what turns your stories from being merely understandable to being unforgettable. So how do you do that? How do you turn your stories from merely understandable to unforgettable? Well, here's one way. Don't follow the crowd. Follow your heart. Listen to your inner voice. Your experiences are valid. Your feelings are valid. The thoughts you have, they're all valid. Even if no one has ever had those thoughts before or had those feelings before or gone through those experiences, even if you are the first and the only one to ever go through something, that doesn't make it any less valid. It just means that your story is unique, that it hasn't been told before, because there hasn't been anyone who has gone through that experience until you. Here's the thing. When you decide to follow the crowd, when you decide to tell the same story everybody else is telling, you're basically saying that your experiences, your feelings, your thoughts, none of it matters. You don't have anything unique to bring to the table. So why would anybody want to hear your story? Why would anyone care about what you have to say? But when you stop following the crowd, when you start listening to your inner voice, then you become a unique individual in the eyes of others. And people want to hear your story because they've never heard it before. They want to know how someone could go through such an experience or feel such strong emotions about something or think differently than everyone else. And yes, I know that when you're starting out, following the crowd seems like the safest option. It seems like the most comfortable thing to do. But the problem is, if you keep doing that, if you keep following the crowd and telling the same stories as everybody else, you'll never get to show the world what you're truly capable of. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't ever tell stories that have been told before. Of course you should. That's the only way you'll ever learn how to tell stories. But eventually you need to stop doing that and start bringing your own stuff to the table. And if you're wondering where you can find inspiration for these unique stories, let me tell you, it's everywhere. It's in the little things in life, in the small moments that we often take for granted. It's in our relationships with other people, with ourselves, with the world around us. It's in our hopes, our dreams, our fears, our failures, our successes. Everything we experience in life can be a source of inspiration for our stories. All we have to do is pay attention. All we have to do is listen to the music of life and follow its rhythm. If you want to become a great storyteller, then don't follow the crowd. Follow your heart. Listen to your inner voice. The stories you have inside of you, they need to come out. The world needs to hear them. So don't be afraid to share your unique perspective with the world. Don't be afraid to show the world what you're truly capable of. Be brave, be bold, be authentic, and tell your stories. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.